This is a unique experience for me in my career because I'll be the least promotional person on the panel, which is a first. I did just catch a glimpse of myself in the monitor on the way up here, and for those tuning in at home, I am in fact wearing a shirt. Let's see. Let's see how this works. So yeah, Blackrock Silver, we're advancing. Well, actually, I'm the only silver, gold, lithium project in the entire industry right now. So you got it. If you want it, we got it. I will be making some forward-looking statements. I had the debate with my council last night. I can't lay out my 50-year plan or my 100-year plan, but I'm going to go about 12 months or so. It's still very exciting. Stay tuned. So here's what we're talking about here. We've got 3 emerging discoveries. Last time I spoke here 4 months ago, stale old story with only the highest grade undeveloped silver project in the industry. We've since gone on to make 2 more discoveries, so it's try and keep people engaged. Now, what we have here is we're a Nevada-focused story. Nevada is known as the Silver State for the reason. Comstock Lode in the Tonopah Silver District. We've happened to, in the last 2.5 years since having the Tonopah Silver District, reinvigorated it. We're showing that it's got a whole lot more life yet to lead, and the chapters haven't been finally written on the history books there. But what we've produced in the last 1.5 or so, well, on 1.5 years worth of drilling, we put out about 44 million ounces of silver equivalent at the highest grades in the industry right now on a block diluted grade basis. Now, as it was early days there, we were trying to grab as much land around Tonopah as we could because we had no idea what the hell we were getting ourselves into. And we did a little drill program over the summer looking for gold and silver. And it's a lesson to everyone out there to assay the whole drill hole because we hit dusters for gold and silver, but we hit a whole bunch of lithium. We happen to be right next door to one of the largest lithium claystone deposits in North America. And turns out right at surface, we got a lot of that. So yeah, we didn't hit gold and silver, but we managed to announce a discovery on lithium right next door to our silver resource in October. And about 2 weeks ago, we optioned off just the top 200 meters or so of our mineral rights to a lithium company who's going to be coming in there for about $15 million US over the next handful of years, making our lithium discovery potentially our next resource stage project. Now, if that wasn't good enough, and my goodness, we're just getting started there, on what was a 3 drill hole program on a grassroots endeavor up in northern Nevada this December, we announced Nevada's newest bonanza grade gold discovery. We hit 2 ounce per ton gold, over 1.5 meters and 600 grams silver, right on trend of some of Nevada's most famous high grade gold mines. And most importantly, we've tied together our understanding of how things are oriented there, blowing the door open on what could be, but so far so good. Now, all of that considered, this time last year we were trading around $1. We had 0 ounces delivered at Tonopah West. We had no upside delivered at Tonopah West. We had no silver discovery, bonanza grade silver discovery, gold discovery up north, and we had no lithium. And we were trading at twice the price. This is one of those markets right now where good news seems to be falling on deaf ears. But what I can tell you is that even since I just did this graph, this goes up to January, we had about a 3 million short position unwind on us in the last 2 weeks. They've been playing games with me for the last 6 months, but what that's done is our stock's gone up about 20% since the start of January, and all this good news, and I think we've got some clear sailing in front of us. I get the sense, and now I've heard a lot of technical analysis today on why silver's going to be good and why gold's going to be good and why lithium's a great industry to be in. The only technical viewpoint I need, data point I need, is just looking at what Metals Investors Forum has done in terms of upgrading their backdrop for this conference, because they're clearly thinking they're going to be making some money over the next few years here. So I think things are looking good. What you're seeing right now in the market is the majors have started to move. The mid-tiers are starting to move. They're all making money hand over fist. They've cleaned up their books, but the ounce in the ground valuations haven't really started trickling back up there. So we're at a very interesting time, but I've been buying my stock hand over fist in the last few months, putting over $250,000 or so of my own money into this. I said on an interview with Peter a few months ago that if it's a good thing I'm not married, because I'd be hawking jewelry at this point, given the backdrop of how things are looking. So, what are we about? All of our valuation right now is tied to our Tonopah Silver District discovery. It's a rediscovery. 100 years ago, Tonopah would have been the center of the mining universe in America. They were producing high-grade silver and high-grade gold, but the Great Depression came, it knocked down metals prices, and it sent everything in the district belly up. In about 30 good years, they produced about just under 200 million ounces of silver, 2 million ounces of gold, but most importantly, it was from 7.5 million tons of material. So what it meant was the metallurgy was good, it was high grade, and even with the old-time process plants, the old-timers didn't leave any meat on the bone. This is good stuff. Now, in a year and a half worth of drilling, we picked this up in March of 2020. We started drilling it in June of 2020. We put our first drill result out the same week that silver was last at $30, and in July of 2020. Since then, we've now done 150,000 meters of drilling. It's one of the most active silver exploration projects in the industry. And last May, we put out a maiden resource estimate, which really just put a bow on our first year and a half's worth of drilling. What that does is it's established our project easily as the highest grade undeveloped silver project in the industry right now on a block diluted basis. And grade is crucial, grade is key, grade is margin. There's a reason we're not the highest grade mine in the world, not by a long shot, but we're the highest grade undeveloped project out there. And there's a reason for that. It's because projects with this grade profile get developed. This is something that people will like, and what we're trying to do right now is just show more size potential. We're on it. Now, what this map here, or what this graph here shows, it's the grade along the x-axis, and it's the ounce in the ground valuations along the y-axis. Now, a little company called Silvercrest started out with a very, very similar resource to ours back in 2018. They had roughly the same tonnage, roughly the same grade. Today, they're commercial production. They're trading for about $7 US an ounce in the ground. Their grade has more than doubled since they started drilling out the high-grade structures more, but their ounce in the ground, as they've de-risked the project forward, has gone up multiples from where we are. What we're showing right now is that we can grow our valuation, make money for investors in three ways. One is silver and gold prices have started trending upwards significantly in the last 6 months, but the ounce in the ground valuations haven't moved. This time last year, our peers and ourselves would have been trading for about about $2.50 to $3 an ounce in the ground. At the same metals prices today, we're trading for about $1.40, $1.50. We could do nothing, and all we have to do is wait for the tides to come back into the industry, and we'll see our stock price go up. But beyond that, obviously, another way to add value is just add more ounces, and that's what we're focused on too. And of course, de-risk it towards production. But there's a lot of beta left in our stock here, or alpha left in our stock here, and we're excited. So our first resource was based around two areas of our project where historically they were mining or setting up to do development on, but when metals prices tanked, or the companies that owned the claims at the time went belly up. Well, we've just scoped out in that first year and a half drilling on our initial resource the two areas where they stopped. But since then, we've shown significant new upside. So what you'll see is the two green polygons on our slide here represent just the two resource areas. Now, all of this was drilled from surface, so it's fairly wide spaced. But we've got 45 million ounces or so, 3 million tons at 446 grams, block diluted. But most importantly, just recently, we announced some more results. Big step outs from where our resource left off, more than doubling the footprint of mineralization. And we're getting a handle on where this new discovery, which way it's oriented. So all we know is that we've got a good project. We're backstopped by high-grade ounces there. It's going to get bigger. We've got a lot of meat to chew on. But when we were searching out and trying to get all the free land that was available, you know, we staked 20 square kilometers of claims directly north of our project, and I told you we hit some dusters there this summer. My geologist was very embarrassed with himself. I said, Bill, you need to check for lithium. Turns out we got what looks like a monster here. So just 2 weeks ago, we announced a deal with a company called Tearlatch Resources. They're going to come in. They're going to invest $15 million US over the next few years. In fact, they're going to have drills show up on our project in a couple weeks here with an aim of getting a resource out here. But not only are we tied to silver, probably the most oversold commodity in the industry, we're now officially tied to lithium, and another company is going to be spending their money on drilling it out. So wait and see what they do there. Now, most importantly, and this was a nice surprise, the project that got myself here, the project that the entire team was built around, was a project called Silver Cloud. It's up top of the Carlin Trend, right where it meets the Northern Nevada Rift. So you've got some of the largest gold mining complex in the world with one of the highest grade gold mining complexes, and we've got 45 square kilometers there. Grassroots, big system, but no one had been able to tie it together, and we're right on trend of Midas, and we're right next to Hollister, so we're the big donut hole in the claim map there. Well, we always knew the definition of success up there would be something Midas style. The target there is 1.5 meter veins, but high-grade stuff. Midas produced a 30 grams per ton head grade. We said, okay, if we hit something like that, game on. We hit 1.5 meters, but we hit 70 grams per ton gold and 600 grams silver, and it looks like we've got something oriented, just looks to be, could be the extension of what they got there. Exciting times, 3 projects, 3 commodities, all emerging discoveries. 5 years from now, I don't know which one of these projects will be the biggest or where my name will be made from, but I can tell you we've got one of the best portfolios in Nevada right now, and this is going to be a fun year. Buckle up. Cheers.